Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. Now, the World Health Day is a global health awareness day celebrated every year on the 7th of April under the sponsorship of the World Health Organization, as well as other related organizations. Now, in 1948, WHO held the first World Health Assembly. Now, this assembly decided that on every 7th of April each year, with effect from 1950, we would be celebrating. Now, wow. Guess what?
Health experts.
Allow me feel in my zone.
WHO ambassador.
You got it. Assam Pete one. Hey, you are giving us too much heat this morning. It is. I cannot take this. Are you ready? My ego, you bomb.
Even the gas cooker cannot say. It cannot stand me right now.
Hey. Chef Blossom, my Wonder Woman this Wednesday.
We have Chef Blossom with us. Hi, Blossom. Good morning. So Blossom always has a smile that she brings. It just lights up the whole kitchen.
Thank you. You all are lightening up my kitchen, and I definitely can't wait to see what's going to be cooking. But like you know, this is Wonder Woman Wednesday. Welcome to another wonderful, fulfilling, and wondrous edition of the Wonder Woman Wednesday on your premium breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. Now, guess what? We have great vibes all through today's show, and that's all we're going to be offering, with an opportunity for us to give you a splash of sunshine this Wednesday and the very rest of your day, I promise you. Now, the very best of quality family television entertainment is going to be delivered to your doorsteps this morning. And we do this every day. I'm sure you're getting used to it. But guess what? Today, we have carefully curated for your viewing pleasure what we call entertainment at its very best. Now, the only difference between ordinary and extraordinary is a little extra, so we're going to sprinkle some extra goodness on the work to make the difference today. Now, a gentle way you can change the world and make a difference with everything you do. My name is Tokwe Olonio. Now remember, you can stream this show live at tvcentertainment.tv, and if you are on Facebook, guess what? You can also stream it at Facebook at TVC Connect. Now remember to be a part of the conversation. You know, every Wednesday we're always dropping it hot. So do not be left out, because Mary, Titi, and myself, we are dropping it hot again with social media, with coffee gist. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC to be a part of the conversation. Now, have you downloaded our app? Let's not fight though. Let's not fight. Download it. It's available on Android and iOS store, and it is for free. Now, what do you benefit from when you do this? You get to watch us on your mobile devices from anywhere in the world, as long as you have internet connection. Now, let me not bore you. Let's go right into what we have. The highlights for this morning is a fully packed show, and we're going on full throttle. Every moment is going to be mind-boggling. See, you are giving me too much heat.
I know,
they need
right?
to turn up the AC. It's too hot. It's too hot. How are you, darling? Good to see you.
Same here, darling. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm loving your dress. Your dress is, you're twinning with your lipstick.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to make me look bad.
No. I'm only
It's okay. I take it today. I am your
creation. This creation.
Step on me. Match me. I like how it is that we come every Wednesday.
Yeah, like,
everybody is coming with their A game. And then today I came to be people's house help. I don't mind. All of you. When people see Titi and Mary, you know that I am the house help of today's show.
Please,
it's fine.
Give us
Step
a break.
on me.
How you been, actually?
I've been great. I had a very fantastic weekend. But you know how the weather has been in Lagos. You have to be on the lookout. So much is happening. So let's go and let's check the weather for today, so you know whether to take your umbrellas or to enjoy the sunshine.
Hello and good morning. My name is Titi Layo Oyinson, and it's time for the news right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We begin this hour by telling you what we know about the new Acting Inspector General of Police, Akali Usman Baba. He has served in various capacities, such as DIG Force, CID, and was also the Force Secretary at the Force Headquarters, Abuja. He has served in various commands, including Kaduna as the Deputy Commissioner Administration. He was in FCT as the Deputy Commissioner Investigation, and was also in the Staff College as a directing staff. He was in Ilorin as an area commander. He was in the second in command in Ebonyi. He was also an assistant commissioner, CID, in Kaduna, and before then was DPO in various places like Yola, Gombe, Kaduna, and Jos. He holds a master's in public administration degree from the University of Maiduguri, Borno State in 1997 and a BA political science from Bayero University, Kano State, as well as professional courses. Akali was a member of course 22 2014 and the National Defense College, NDC. He is a member of the International Association of Police and also a fellow of the International War College. Thank you for staying with us. To the next story now. The Supreme Court of Nigeria, the Court of Appeal, and all other courts in the country were today or yesterday shut, and for some days to come. Judiciary Workers Union began an indefinite strike over some disputes with the government in Abuja, Lagos, Osogbo, Port Harcourt. The story is the same. Litigants and lawyers could not access the court. Our correspondent Kemi Fola-Adeyemo reports on the situation in Lagos.
On normal days, judiciary workers across the courts in Nigeria are busy, supporting members of the bench in the courtrooms, attending to newly filed matters and other court processes, as well as involved in other support services in the court premises. But on Tuesday, following the Easter holidays, all courts are shut down. The courts in Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos, are also affected, including the headquarters of the state's judiciary, as members of the Judiciary Workers Union ensured full compliance with the national directives. Juson says its decision came after the expiration of a 21-day ultimatum to the federal government to implement the financial autonomy of the judiciary.
The inability of the government of the day to implement to the letter the law, which is the grand norm, the Constitution of Nigeria, that grants the financial autonomy to the judiciary. And the money accrued to the judiciary ought to be given from the federal allocation directly to the head of courts. That's the position of the law.
The National Legislature said we should close shop until the provision of the Constitution is obeyed. Provision like Section 81, subsection 3 of the Constitution, provision like Section 121 of the Constitution, the other 10. Once it is obeyed, the National will tell us to open.
The impact of the strike is also felt at the Supreme Court and touches down to courts below. At the Federal High Court in Lagos, Juson members ordered staff present to pack up and leave. Offices were also sealed, with notices pasted around signaling the commencement of the strike. Lawyers and litigants were also shut out, as even matters of urgency couldn't be heard.
The judiciary staffs are integral to the judicial system. So when they are not present, we know that it's really, really going to affect the process of getting justice within the court system.
The implementation of the President's executive order in May last year mandating funds meant for the state's judiciary to be paid directly to the heads of court is yet to take off. Before the strike began, the Nigerian Bar Association expressed full support for the demands of the striking workers. But the NBA's president, Olumide Akpata, stated that talks were on with Juson's leadership to avert the strike, as it would further hamper justice delivery in Nigeria after the lull induced by the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020. For now, compliance with this industrial action is total, and the courts remain shut. Kemi Fola-Adeyemo, TVC News, Lagos.
And that's all we have time for on the news update for this hour. I'm going to hand it over to Tokwe right now.
Thank you for staying tuned. Time for us to check out the newspaper headlines. And we begin with the Punch newspaper this morning. Now, the Punch newspaper says, panic as bombs hit gunmen's hideouts. Federal government goes after IPOB. Fighter jets, ground troops storm Akwa Ibom forest, pound hoodlums den. Be ruthless, unleash weapons against IPOB. XIG tells police personnel. Bombardment a big relief. We were given advance notice, and that's coming from the residents. Now, we also see here courts shut as judiciary workers begin strike over autonomy. WAEC releases 2021 exam results with 30.11% pass. Japanese victim receives recovered 370,000 won from EFCC. Ondo couple, 3 children, Oshun Chinese minors abducted, guards shot. Now, these are some of the stories in the Punch newspaper today. From there, we move on to the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper has this to say: IMF intervention funds can hurt financial markets. Nigeria's economy to grow by 25%. Adamu removed as IG while on assignment. Baba takes over. Monarch's back power shift. Bird flu hits Kano, Kaduna, Benue, others. Now, 8 killed, 11 kidnapped in Osun, Ondo, Kaduna. Abductors of church members demand 100 million naira ransom. Chinese miners taken away. Herders attack women in Ekiti State. Now, those are some of the major stories in the Nation newspaper this morning. Now, from there, we move on to the Daily Sun newspaper. The Daily Sun newspaper says, President Buhari loses official driver. Now, pain as strike paralyzes hospitals, courts, police, doctors, judicial workers, lecturer strikes take toll. Why Adamu was replaced by Usman Baba as IGP. Buhari charges him to rise to the occasion. Blood flows on Kaduna-Kacha Road. Gunmen kill 9, kidnap 25. Police mass up trade blames amid fresh attack in Imo State. Ex-IGP gives cops marching orders against pro-Biafra groups. Federal government responsible for insecurity in Sudist. Kanu's utterances cause of killings. Gunmen attack another police station in Mbano. And those are the headlines we can take this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. Let's take a look at some fun facts, and we'll be right back.
I saw that fact of China consuming the most eggs. I was like, are you sure it's not Nigeria? Then I remember that everything in Nigeria is managed. You know? I remember my cousins coming at one time, and they were like, yo, y'all have just 30 eggs at home? Wow. And I'm like, how many are we? And then they were like, okay. And then they went to fry their eggs for breakfast. And the next thing, my mom was like, what happened to all the eggs? 3 of them shared 30 eggs. Come on. 10
Whoa.
They live in the UK. So to them, it's not a big deal.
Even though.
And I was like, how do you guys eat like
when
this?
you eat 3 eggs in my house, it's Christmas.
I'm telling you, you must feel very lucky.
It's Christmas.
The thing shook me. I like to you.
And then that 2 eggs, you now put big frying pan and you spread it.
What I say? Even recently, I heard that you can put water, so the thing expands. You heard about it? I'm not joking. I think I learned it from here.
I remember when my grandma, God rest her soul, I remember when she visited one time like that, and then she requested that she wanted more eggs. Like every morning she requested she wanted 6 eggs.
6? You know that
eats that many.
No, man.
It actually makes me wonder, though, from a health perspective, the amount of cholesterol in eggs is crazy, really.
Well, that actually also depends on how you fry it. So it's the oil, actually,
and if
that
you
makes
use
the cholesterol more, not the eggs.
But if you fry the white and don't use the
yolk, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
But please, while we were in the makeup room this morning, Emma was giving me hot juice. It's hot like her red lipstick.
Anyway, let's... So it would be nice if we could also, carry this on to social media, because it's quite interesting. Yeah. So you know how people, just randomly help people out on social media, and then they come out to talk about it. So this particular woman helped out a certain lady and her 3 kids who were stranded to find a house. And then, so I think a year after, she's been checking up on them just to know how they're doing. And then 3 weeks later, she said it's been 3 weeks and she had not heard from them nor heard from the caretaker of the apartment to ask for the renewal of the rent. And then she goes to visit and then she finds out that Auntie no longer lives there. Now her boyfriend lives in the house.
Okay. Please finish the story.
Boyfriend lives in the house, and then she goes and asks the neighbors that, okay, where is Auntie? And then she's like, Auntie visits now. She doesn't really live here.
Wow.
So, okay, are you sure? So she was now trying to cover up for the woman that, no, that it's her brother. The neighbors were laughing at her that So it's her brother that she has been fornicating with.
They're real funny.
What?
Quick reactions, Mary. Quick reactions to that.
Why is it me asking?
Quick reactions.
Honestly, I'm in shock. That's it. I'm in shock. I know things like this happen all the time, where you feel you're helping a particular person, but the person is looking at it from another angle. I don't know if you even came across the influencer who helped that guy that was in the NSAS protest to get prosthetic legs, and the guy requested for the legs to be sold, that he wants the money.
Are you kidding?
You missed that?
Because it was trending.
I did.
It was trending.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my days.
It's actually a mindset, in my opinion, because once you've done that thing you wanted to do, you've done the good you wanted to do,
just let it go.
You know,
whatever they use it for is not your business anymore.
She wanted to renew the
You've
rent.
done your bit.
Imagine if it was a house bought for the lady. She would have done transfer of ownership to the man.
Just let it go.
Do you understand?
Yeah. So because it's her boyfriend, she's in love.
I am a twice bitten and once bitten, twice shy. Twice bitten, once shy. Whatever, however they say.
Not
every shy. I'm not doing again. No.
Not to sound gullible, but I don't think, no matter what they've done to you in the past, don't let that be the reason why you don't help someone else. Someone else might do better.
Someone might do better.
Yeah,
For those kind-hearted people out there, like Titi, don't be like MM. Maybe be like Mary. We don't know, but we'll go on a break. When we come back, we still have so much more.
And of course, this conversation continues
on social media. Yes.
Please,
Will you still help
Connect.
people? Yes.
At TVC Connect, let us know. If you've been beaten once, would you still help again? Let us know. Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria, and Chef Blossom is still with me here in the kitchen. And this morning, we are making an interesting recipe. Yes. Ever heard of egg basmati fried rice? I know, it's quite a mouthful. So are the ingredients. So now, Chef Blossom, let's get to it.
Hi, we're making egg basmati fried rice. Okay, I didn't even know how to start, but yeah. So basically, it's just a very simple dish.
Let's talk about the ingredients.
Okay. We have the carrots, our green peas, our sausage, our eggs, and the basmati rice grain. Then we have curry, thyme, white pepper, Cameroon pepper, our seasoning, seasoning, then salt to taste, then our chopped onions, our
garlic
and
pepper.
Yes, mixture of yellow pepper and red pepper, just to get a little spice. Then here I have my dark soy sauce, I have my vegetable oil, I have my sesame oil.
Yes, and to add that delicious sweetness to our meal is our Knorr seasoning cubes. Yes, we still have our special guest with us, and of course you already know that when it goes into that meal, I mean, it gives us that sumptuousness. Yeah, anyways, let's get cooking. So what do we start with?
We start with parboiling the rice.
Okay.
So allow the water to cook, to boil, sorry.
And then
we'll parboil the rice. It's a one-pot dish.
Okay.
So
when the water is cooked or boiled, then we put in the rice, and then when the rice is, so at what point do we take out the rice?
I'll salt the rice. I'll add a little bit of salt so it to have some taste. Okay. Because this process will stir frying. So you know, if you're making the usual fried rice, you cook with your chicken broth or your chicken broth. Yeah. So since we don't have that, we're just going to add salt to have a little bit of taste. Okay. Then I'll sieve out the excess water from the rice. Then we'll start our frying of the whole. Okay,
we have all the ingredients. And so you said scrambled eggs. So at what point does the eggs go into the fry?
And like I said, it's a one-pot dish. So what I would do is I would have the vegetable oil go in first. Okay. Then I will saute
the sausages?
The sausages first. Then after that, I put in the eggs. But I'm going to have a little bit of salt and Cameroon pepper to have a little bit of taste and spice. Okay. Then I bring it out. Then I make the veggies. Then toss in the rice, the parboiled rice.
It sounds pretty easy, even though we're working with a lot of ingredients this morning. But it's also I think it's just something that you could just quickly whip up in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like,
just like when you want to make your noodles. Some people like to go extra when they want to make
yes,
noodles.
I'm one of those people, trust me.
Something. Some person may ask me, why don't I have most of the veggies? I don't want to have it too busy, as I'm having just carrots.
So, in other words, she doesn't want to show off, you know.
Yeah, so.
All right, now let's talk about the sesame oil, because I mean, you're using vegetable oil and then you have like sesame oil. So, what is the role of the sesame oil?
Okay, the sesame oil is just to have, it has this fish kind of taste. It has this taste it gives to the basmati rice, especially.
Okay, and that's going into the, you know, this mix, right?
It's going into the whole mix.
Okay, into the whole mix. That's after you mix everything together.
Yes.
Okay.
Some persons may want to use it to stir fry the
sausages.
Sausages, but I wouldn't want to do that because I want to have this fresh taste.
Okay.
You know, so it doesn't get too cooked and you don't get to every other thing overpowers the taste.
Oh, nice. Okay. Great stuff happening here in the kitchen and of course on the show. Do not forget, people, this morning with me is Chef Blossom and we are making egg basmati fried rice. A mouthful, right? I know, I know. If you're liking today's recipe, you could hit us up on our social media platforms at TVC Connect. Ever tried this before? Send us a picture. We'd like to share those comments with you as well. Of course, it's time for some nutrition discussion with Tokwe, and of course she's on the couch. Hey Tokwe. Titi. Sorry about that, Titi.
It actually works because our guest is also named Tokwe, so you're not exactly wrong, MM. Now we have Tibi Tokwe Alausani. She's a registered dietitian and nutritionist. She has over 5 years clinical experience in dietetics and a proven track record when it comes to evidence-based nutrition education and counseling. Now, she's a full member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria and Association of Nigerian Dietitians. We're talking about a very interesting topic this morning. She's very passionate about improving health and well-being of people and individuals. Today, it's all about gestational weight gain and, of course, weight loss. So I guess if there is weight gain, there should be weight loss. What goes up must come down, I hope, by God's grace. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess since you're into nutrition, clinically speaking, that means you have patients that come in, not essentially clients, but also patients in a hospital setting. So let's give everyone a perspective on what gestational weight gain means.
Okay, thank you very much. So when we talk about gestational weight gain, we're basically talking about the amount of weight in kilograms that a woman adds when she's pregnant, during the period of pregnancy. So from the very beginning of her pregnancy journey, right until the first trimester, second trimester, and the third trimester. So that's where we have weight gain differences. So that's the gestation period, basically. So when we're talking about gestation weight gain, it's the amount of weight that a woman adds during this period.
All right, so there's a husband or a father-to-be out there watching right now, and he needs to understand the type of weight he should expect, right, during pregnancy of his partner, significant other. Now, first trimester is a rough one. Well, from my perspective, it was a rough one for me. I was throwing up. I couldn't hold any food down. I was, still trying to go to the market and buy things, and I felt very stressed out. And I was told by, my doctor that I wasn't putting on enough weight. But I felt I was still trying to form funky. Talk to me about how important it is to gain weight during the first trimester.
Okay, so during the first trimester, it's not uncommon to see women not put on weight. I mean, the body is changing. The body is just starting to experience this new phase. So it's normal for you to experience, throwing up, your metabolism increases, the number of calories that you're burning even while you're seated increases significantly. So yeah, it's very, very, very common to actually see women women lose weight at that time. Also, the first trimester is a period where a lot of women don't even know, they're not aware that pregnancy has, started until, say, the 4th week or the 5th week. Now, during this period, the first 4 weeks, you're eating for just yourself. You're eating without the consciousness that so many changes are happening in your body. So your baby is getting from your stores, from the fats that has been stored in your body, from the nutrients that have been stored in your body. And that would actually, or could actually, cause you to lose weight. So it's absolutely normal to find women, lose a little weight in the first trimester.
All right. So first trimester is the first 3 months.
Yes.
From the 4th month,
yes,
what should we expect to happen?
So from the 4th month, we should expect, of course, more changes. It's more physical. Even you are more conscious. And then, yes, we say weight gain should now start. Okay. Even before the end of the first trimester, some women already experience, some significant weight gain. Between 2 to 5 kg. Some women could actually put on 5 kg before the end of their first trimester.
Wow.
Yes.
5 kilos.
Yes, 5 kilos. But for some other women, because we have like a recommended range, so we say from like, as long as you're within the normal, weight range, that's your body mass index. If it is within the normal range, we expect you to gain, say, 11 to 15 kg. During the whole 9 months, during the whole gestational period. So for some women, they divide it sort of like 5 kg at the beginning, 5 kg in the middle, and 5 kg at the end. But for some other women, it takes them, you don't even see any significant changes until towards the end of the 2nd trimester and then into the 3rd trimester. So you see them adding as much as, 10 kg, as much as 15 kg.
Okay. So this, what I would like to call excessive weight gain. 15 kilos in 9 months is a lot of weight gain. We know that there's a baby in there, or maybe 2 or maybe 3, but that's a lot of load on the body. What sort of meals and foods do you advise mothers or moms to be eating during this period?
Okay, so during this period, 15 kg might seem a lot, but the truth is many times you don't even have control over this number because your the weight is coming not just from fat, it's coming from your fluid, it's coming from the weight of your baby, the placenta. There's so many things that are coming into the picture at this time. So of course, eating healthy is paramount. Eating healthy is unquestionable. You have to eat healthy. But one thing I always say is, rather than count, how much more calories you're eating at this time, count how much more colors you're eating.
Colors?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, count how many colors you're eating at every meal, because that is what matters. The truth is, your calorie need increases, yes, but your nutrient needs increases even more. For instance, we say maybe just about 10% extra calories. That's how much you need to eat per day. But for your nutrients, you need up to 50% of certain nutrients. For instance, iron. Some women need as much as 50% or even as much as 70% more iron than they had before they got pregnant. So for eating healthy in pregnancy, definitely count your colors. How many fruits are you eating? How many vegetables are you eating per meal? And then this now comes with, because I know there'll be cravings, of course. You expect to, you want to eat this and you want to eat that. But yeah, eating fruits and vegetables basically is advised.
Thank you so much. Now I'm going to be thinking about that. You need to substitute the number of calories for the number of colors you're eating during the gestation period. Fathers-to-be, don't worry, the weight gain is normal. If you have any questions, you can ask her on social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC at TVC Connect. Let's see how we can answer them. Let's take a quick break, people. We'll be back.
Welcome back. Now it is time for us to take what is happening on the world of social media. And of course, this conversation is the pettiest reason why you refuse to date someone. Now this thread is not from our page, but of course we are sharing people's pettiest.
There was no need for us to upload ours because there were like a million answers.
Yes.
So it would have been like, people would be like, it's okay now, just go and take from the ones we posted before.
Yeah. And this first one it blew me away. Now this guy's pettiest reason why he didn't date this girl is she knew too many celebrities and used to call Davido David.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, it's just like calling Don Jazzy Michael.
Yeah,
it makes you feel like you know them, even if you don't know them. But
yeah,
this guy,
she might have been a groupie, and like it's not such a big deal. Not all groupies like do nasty things. They might just be like fanatic,
super fans.
Yeah, so
like I was a groupie.
Oh wow.
I was a groupie for Style Plus. I loved Style Plus so much. I'm saying it like, so they know. I was like, all three of them.
Oh, wow.
And I used to call them by their name. So imagine somebody saying they won't date me because I used to call them by their name.
And they were not dating you. Wow. Next we have same guy, same day. Same day this thing happened.
Oh, it was even the same guy, the same day.
No, this is...
Like not different days, oh.
Yeah, no, this is another one. Same guy, same day. That's what this one happened. When this one happened, unbuckled his belt before we sat to eat.
Ah, already.
That's the first thing he did. Crossed the road before me. I was shouting, "Cross now, cross now!"
Oh.
And then has to switch sides so he can sit facing the TV at the restaurant.
Oh no, that one.
I like the cross now part. As in, when you
like he already crossed. He was not shouting at her across the road.
He said, "Cross now, cross now." Okay, next we have. Oh wow, this lady Nenyewa says he peed by the road. See, Nah, there are many fast foods and eateries on the road that you can hold yourself.
That's a deep one. Not while we're dating.
Nah.
Let's marry first.
Exactly, but my guy was pressed now. I was drawing like
no, he was drawing the line of this relationship.
Besides the fact that government officials can start keeping an eye on me when they see me with a guy on the road before they think,
okay,
is she gonna tolerate him doing that? I really see no problem with it.
Nah, Mary.
That's indecent exposure.
But moving on, he had tiny fingers and we went to have dinner. So he ordered eba. He started licking his fingers while eating. And he was noisy. He asked to see me the next day. I told him I had to go to the hospital for an examination, and he said, "Let me do it for you with my magic finger."
That is gross.
It's so gross. The next day, she polluted on our first outing. When confronted, she said, "I'll get used to her."
But you know something funny about this fasting thing? I feel like that's part of the reason so many women have bloated tummies.
Wow.
I'm going to be really...
Mary.
See, this is my personal opinion. Because when you go out with a guy, you want to hold it.
Yeah, holding it.
You hold it. Wow. You hold it.
For Mary, I can see you have flat on me, so you don't need to hold it.
No.
We know your WhatsApp group. Next we have, she kept calling me fool, idiot, and stupid on the first days. Her defense is that she felt comfortable with me. It wasn't mutual. Idiot.
Oh, dear me.
So she uses GB WhatsApp, always replying to status, "I've deleted." Get out.
I don't know
GB WhatsApp, but
I'm going to find out more
check
about
that
it.
He said he posted shawarma on his WhatsApp, said, "Nah, man.
The shawarma they ordered.
Another is, would you stop gawking about
Baby, please, before you continue, what do you mean by nah? Nah. Do you know the last time he gave himself a treat? No, let's even stop. I'm going to scatter this place.
If you're posting shawarma on your status, I cannot be with you. If shawarma is an achievement, moving on.
Jesus.
Wouldn't stop gawking about what she did for her exes. Almost seemed like she had memorized a list of each gesture.
Well, that's a red flag for a guy,
because he's going to
that's actually not petty.
This is interesting, girls. This is interesting. She sabi drag Jen. Why you go sabi how to change plug for Jen? You be Said.
What's there? Why would
you're supposed to be a lady.
Oh, wow.
I can't do it, but you're supposed to be proper.
Yes. See, the heat that kill you in that house.
Whoa. Moving on. Moving on. Okay, next one.
So we are talking about pettiest reasons you decided to do someone, and this last one, please let's just imagine we didn't hear it.
We didn't see it.
Please don't, when you go to our social media page, just jump it. In fact, I trust our social media team. It will not make it.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what we have.
I think the weirdest reason I heard was that I was taller than the guy.
Huh?
Yeah, I heard that. And
have you had a petty reason, Mary?
Petty reason? I don't think I've had. No, I've always worried about. So I have a very weird phobia. Whenever I go out, I not even detest. The test is too simple. I hate backing the door.
Why?
Oh,
Do
I
you like
know
in the
why.
restaurant at the door?
As in, I have this phobia for backing exits.
Okay, so that you can quickly jump back.
Maybe it's because of the school I attended.
Okay.
Because there you have to be smart, your head has to be correct. If anything is happening, you must be what? Ready to get out of the arcade. So I don't know, right from there till now, I can't go out with someone and I'll be back in the door. If you're the one facing the door, I can ask you to please move.
Are you serious?
So maybe if I was in that position, it would be a case of what? Are you a cultist?
So, you know, that back in the door thing, actually, it's kind of weird for me too.
Oh, yeah?
Because I've heard a lot of stories about, especially if it's a new place I've never been to before. And then, but that back in the door or facing the door thing is actually like a red flag for some guys saying, oh, she wants to see if anybody will see her.
Which see her?
Or anybody
I want
will
to
catch
see
her.
who is going to come in and cause trouble. Oh, so I cannot. See, one of the lessons I learned as a child was when you go to a place, figure out your exit points. You guys remember last year when I was talking about certain things about exit points?
Very true.
Whenever I smell trouble, the first thing I look out for exit points.
Okay.
I'm always preparing my head for anything that happens. See, let me just give shout out to Last Wife. All right.
But
I had one. So I didn't know I had my one and only pettiest reason that I can remember off the top of my head was I remember in 2015 I went on an ice cream date weirdly with this guy, and then when we entered the ice cream parlor rather. And then he sees someone that he knew from secondary school, and then he just shouts, "Idiot!" And everybody turns to look at us, and I'm just like, what's going on? And then the guy didn't recognize him. And I'm just like, nah, this relationship cannot work. Not gonna work. So. But we know something that is definitely working, and that's the kitchen.
Please keep it working, I beg.
What's going on?
To be honest, I'm in stitches with some of those responses. I mean, blow me away. People, what? Anyways, welcome to the kitchen, guys, with me. This morning is Chef Blossom, and we are making egg basmati fried rice. Yes, we are. And our rice is almost ready, which of course is the star ingredient for this meal. Now let's talk about our ingredients that we'll be working with. Chef Blossom, over to you.
We have our rice cooking already. So we'll allow it to cook properly. And
so we are letting that cook
yes.
Well, okay.
Then I'm going to add a bit of salt in it. So
okay.
Like we said earlier, to give it a bit of taste.
So this recipe is not restricted or limited to just basmati rice. You can use your rice, your local rice, right?
Pasta, you could use your noodles.
You could use your noodles, you could use spaghetti, you can use pasta.
You can.
Yeah, so yeah.
You can.
And we all know that when it comes to food, have an open mind. I mean, be creative with anything. You can create anything from nothing, basically. Now, let's go back to the ingredients quickly.
Okay, for our stir fry, we have our chopped carrots, we have our green peas, we have our sausages, we have our egg. We're going to have it scrambled. We have our dark soy sauce, we have our vegetable oil, we have our light soy sauce. We have for our seasoning, for our spice, we have the white pepper.
Okay.
You want to say?
No, go ahead.
We have our curry, we have our thyme, we have, you could skip thyme. Some persons might not want to have it in this dish. And we have our Cameroon pepper, we have our seasoning, then salt, taste. And something else I was going to say, because we're using our dark and light soy sauce, you might want to be very gentle with the salt.
Okay.
Because our sauce,
yeah, soy sauce is very, very salty. True.
So then we have our chopped onions,
garlic, pepper, and we have our sesame oil, of course. Yes, and let's not forget the cherry on top of this meal, which is Knorr seasoning cubes. Of course, that'll be adding that delicious flavor to our meal. All right, so right now we are about to make stir fry, right? Yes. And we are making scrambled eggs first.
No, the sausages first.
Okay, we're frying our sausages first. Okay, so we're just going to allow our pan to heat up a bit, and then we'll, are we chopping it or we're just going to toss it in this way?
Which would you prefer?
Chopped, okay. So that way, for every spoon, you're taking a piece of the
What
sausage.
I'll do is after stir frying, then we'll chop it.
All right, great, fantastic.
Welcome to the second hour of the most exciting breakfast show on the planet. Now, the first hour just went by, and guess what? We just have 45 minutes to go. Now, we have to entertain you and put a smile on your face. And yes, I am talking to you. Now, you can't waste your lives drawing lines. You have to live your life crossing them. Now, that is a significant statement from American television producer Shonda Rhimes, and it resonates in a positive way with everything that I'm feeling today. So you know what? Let's go drawing lines. Now, it's all about making the right choices and helping you start your day the right way. Guess what? In the next 45 minutes, we will be doing this and so much more on your premium breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. Guess what? I have my Wonder Women in the kitchen. I've got Titi, I've got Ego Yibum, and we've got Chef Blossom. Good morning, girls.
How's it going? Hi, you know, it's always a great mix when we have the ladies on the show taking over.
Who run the world? Girls!
Nah, don't do that.
Yes, it is definitely always the right mix here. Just the exact dose of excitement, properly stirred to get your attention, and the show only gets better and better. My name is Tokwe Olowonyo. Now remember to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC to be a part of the conversation we already started on social media, which is what is the pettiest thing you have, the pettiest reason you've had to not go into a relationship, and so much more that we're going to be talking about for the next 45 minutes. Now remember, you can watch this show live at tvcentertainment.tv, and if you're very good with Facebook, guess what? We're also there at TVC Connect. Go there and watch us live if you have to be on the go. Now, if you also have to be on the go, you can take us with us. Now, all you have to do is download our mobile app. It is available for free on both Android and iOS stores, and it allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world. Now,
how are you doing?
Are you feeling okay?
Wow. You know, I've been a lot fascinated by Nollywood movies. I must say that the Nollywood movie producers are doing fantastically well with the directors, because I just recently learned that there is no bad actor. It is actually the producers and the directors that actually bring out the best in every actor with the storyline. So you must have a really compelling storyline. Not, I mean, I feel like we're getting there gradually with our amazing storylines, and you know, with the with Netflix breaking into the African markets and into the African space. I think it's opening our world to new opportunities. And you know, for even movie directors, producers, and even actors. I mean, I watched God Calling over the weekend, and I was spooked.
You were
guys.
called by God.
I was spooked. I mean, Zina Balogun is such a fantastic actress. This is no PR here I'm doing. She is just such an amazing actress.
And she's been given projects that actually show her range.
Yes. No, and I think I've also noticed, because even having conversations with a few of my friends that are also actors, which of course includes you. I've also noticed that you also have, as an actor, even whether you're an upcoming or you're in the industry, you have to be strategic with the kind of roles that you pick. Not every story that you should go for.
Well, in the market,
I know
anyone that comes your way, you take it.
The hustle is real on those streets. I know.
I have a fun fact, and that is sometimes you don't choose, you just act. But let's go and find a real fun fact, please.
Right. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Now, we begin this hour by telling you what we know about the new Acting Inspector General of Police, Akali Usman Baba. He has served in various capacities, such as DIG Force CID, and was also the Force Secretary at the Force Headquarters, Abuja. He has served in various commands, including Kaduna as the Deputy Commissioner, Administration. He was in the FCT as the Deputy Commissioner, Investigation, and was also in the Staff College as Directing Staff. He was in Ilorin as an area commander. He was in the second in command in Ebonyi. He was also an assistant commissioner CID in Kaduna, and before then was DPO in various places like Yola, Gombe, Kaduna, and Jos. He holds a master's degree from the University of Maiduguri, Borno State, and in 1997 a BA Political Science from Bayero University, Kano State, as well as professional courses. Akali was a member of Course 22-2014, National Defense College, NDC, and he is a member of the International Association of Police and also a fellow of the International War College. The Supreme Court of Nigeria, the Court of Appeal, and all other courts in the country were yesterday shut and may remain inactive for some days to come. Judiciary Workers Union yesterday began an indefinite strike over some disputes with the government. In Abuja, Lagos, Osogbo, Port Harcourt, the story is the same. Litigants and lawyers could not access the court. Our correspondent, Kemi Foladeyemo, reports on the situation in Lagos.
On normal days, judiciary workers across the courts in Nigeria are busy, supporting members of the bench in the courtrooms, attending to newly filed matters and other court processes, as well as involved in other support services in the court premises. But on Tuesday, following the Easter holidays, all courts are shut down. The courts in Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos, are also affected, including the headquarters of the state's judiciary, as members of the Judiciary Workers Union ensured full compliance with the national directives. Juson says its decision came after the expiration of a 21-day ultimatum to the federal government to implement the financial autonomy of the judiciary.
The inability of the government of the day to implement to the letter the law, which is the grand norm, the Constitution of Nigeria, that grants the financial autonomy to the judiciary. And the money accrued to the judiciary ought to be given from the federal allocation directly to the head of courts. That's the position of the law.
The National Legislature said we should close shop until the provision of the Constitution is obeyed. Provision like Section 81, subsection 3 of the Constitution, provision like Section 121 of the Constitution, the other 10. Once it is obeyed, the National will tell us to open.
The impact of the strike is also felt at the Supreme Court and touches down to courts below. At the Federal High Court in Lagos, Juson members ordered staff present to pack up and leave. Offices were also sealed, with notices pasted around signaling the commencement of the strike. Lawyers and litigants were also shut out, as even matters of urgency couldn't be heard.
The judiciary staffs are integral to the judicial system. So when they are not present, we know that it's really, really going to affect the process of getting justice within the court system.
The implementation of the President's executive order in May last year mandating funds meant for the state's judiciary to be paid directly to the heads of court is yet to take off. Before the strike began, the Nigerian Bar Association expressed full support for the demands of the striking workers. But the NBA's president, Olumide Akpata, stated that talks were on with Juson's leadership to avert the strike, as it would further hamper justice delivery in Nigeria after the lull induced by the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020. For now, compliance with this industrial action is total, and the courts remain shut. Kemi Foladeyemo, TVC News, Lagos.
That's all we have time for on the news on Wake Up Nigeria. It's time for sports. Mary standing by.
That's a major key. But moving on, we have the matchmaking industry. Now, this is one which is creative and resilient. Only the creative and resilient survive. Now, let's meet Didi Edet. Now, she is a certified coach and a relationship expert for Lagos Matchmaker. Now, they've been in business of matchmaking for over 7 years. Now, with a first degree in economics from Howard University and master's in international strategy from University of St. Andrews, it is a wonder how she ventured into this industry. But she will be talking to us today about dating in quarantine. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, dating in quarantine, I want to just delve right into it. Now, how is it like dating in quarantine?
Okay, so quarantine came with a lot of negative tones, obviously COVID.
Yeah.
But I think for the dating industry was really positive.
Oh.
So I think a lot of people were able to sit back,
yeah.
Being stuck at home,
yeah.
and realizing that I need a partner. And, the day-to-day, people get busy, they don't find that time to meet someone.
Yeah.
But now with you being locked down at home, then you can actually think and say, oh, it would be nice to be with someone, locked down together, especially if you live alone.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, now dating in quarantine, let's narrow it down to Lagos. And the lockdown happened without any of us being prepared or expecting it to happen. How do you actually find someone in quarantine, considering that you're locked in your house?
Well, dating in quarantine, people found people online.
Yeah.
So through the online process, a lot of people that signed up during that period were like, okay, now I'm at home, so I feel like I need someone, so I decided to sign up. That was the main reason for a lot of people signing up.
Yeah.
And so meeting each other, they wouldn't have to go to physical places because everywhere was, under lockdown. There weren't social spaces open. So they would have to talk over the phone.
Yeah.
And, video calls and all that, which was, to me, a blessing when it comes to dating.
Yeah, now, but some couples, some people on social media during the lockdown were talking about how a lot of couples' marriages were breaking because at this point, people were getting to see things that going to work at 4 a.m. was preventing them from seeing. So now, how do you, let's say, effectively date during a quarantine? How do you work through challenges of personality clashes and what I like and what you don't like? How do you effectively have a sustainable relationship in quarantine?
Okay, so with dating, it was just the early stages of getting to know the person and all that. And usually before the quarantine, there could be physical distractions. So you'd go on a date, and if the guy was very cute, you would probably throw away some of your, the things you wanted or you were looking for in a partner.
Yeah.
But with this dating in quarantine, you were more focused on getting to know the person because there wasn't any physical distraction. You knew that if I was talking to this person, I wanted to just get to know this person, and there wasn't any other choice to be distracted anyway. So it was more, I think people were more intentional in getting to know the person.
Okay, but what about people who just wanted to date out of boredom?
Yes, you would find that. You'd find people trying to date out of just boredom, and sometimes they would, the intention was date out of boredom, but then they would find a partner in the process. Yeah. But obviously, with the lockdown being lifted, that's when you see the true test. Like, did relationships last afterwards, or did they not last? So that's when you know if the person was just bored and looking for a quarantine buddy, or if they were genuinely looking for a relationship.
Now, but like as a lady now who putting herself in the, let me not make it look like a lady, as an individual putting themselves back in the relationship market in quarantine, probably coming out from a toxic relationship and happen to meet someone who they're dating or who they're quarantining together. But it's now a case of, because we're together, we're tolerating each other, and then quarantine ends as lockdown has been lifted and everybody's going back to their life. Now, what happens to this person who thought that, I'm about to build a future with this person? How does this person now begin to pick up signs that this was not going to work?
I mean, being together and not having anywhere, it's like Big Brother house. You get to know the person if you're locked in with someone. So you get to know the person, then it's left for you to decide if that would work for you or not, if it's something you want to compromise on, or if it's something you want to just not, go down that road.
Okay, but now how do you sustain a relationship financially? Because we know how it is in Nigeria with the quarantine and the lockdown. Now, how would you advise that these expenses sharing should go?
Ooh. For dating, it was interesting. It was regular dates, like first dates, second dates, where you actually have to, go out and meet each other. People had found newer ways to date, interesting ways. Like you would order for pizza or food for the other person, and order for yourself, and say, okay, by 7 p.m. we meet on Zoom, and they would eat together. It was really interesting to see the different dating techniques that came up, as a result of the quarantine.
Of that. Oh.
Yeah, so it was really interesting to see that.
Okay, then. Thank you so much. And of course, that's been an interesting chat with you. And I'm sure people are learning better ways to maintain and sustain their relationships and meeting up online. That's all we can take on relationships. relationship for now, but we have so much packed on Wake Up Nigeria. Do not go anywhere.
It's time for our final guest of the day, or of the morning, let's say. We have Abdul TJ right here with us.
Yes, he is a filmmaker who has written and produced several short films, feature films, as well as TV ads. He has worked on projects including AMVCA-nominated documentary Finding Euphoria, TV films such as Pandora's Box, Split, The Recipient, TV pilots Hunter's Game, and produced ads for many top brands.
That's the part I like. Many top brands that pay big money. He's a lead actor in the new hit web series Ricordi. Welcome to the show.
Great to have you here.
All right.
And you know one thing that is very interesting about Ricordi, because I know that's what everyone is talking about, the fact that you're like more or less the brain behind it.
I wrote and produced alongside. The story was developed by Diane Rossett, so but we wrote the screenplay and produced, and I starred in it as well.
So, you know, I love the idea behind it. From what I saw online, it looked very international. I said just now before we came live that it looked like something that Tyler Perry produced. So what was the whole idea behind the project?
Well, we just wanted to do something different from what everybody else was doing, what we're used to seeing. Wanted to story, tell love from a different angle, and just show something that would spark conversations and get people talking. So that's what we're going for.
Talking about getting people talking, when you hear that someone someone studied chemical engineering, and you think of all the possibilities in that course, especially the oil parts, and then you hear the person quit all of those to become an actor. I wonder what caused the transition for you? Has acting always been something you wanted to do, or?
Filmmaking as a whole, actually, because I just started acting recently. I started as a writer and then a producer before I started. So I've just felt like I've always wanted to make film. I remember when I was a kid, I would draw people and name them and cut them out and all that. And my mom would say, "Oh, I don't know what you're doing, but you'll figure it out." And subconsciously I was making film, but it just took a while for me to figure it out. So when I was done with chemical engineering, I just felt, this is what I really want to do, this is what I'm passionate about, so I went for it.
Wow, so that was actually what family, but what was the reaction of your family members?
They've been really supportive. They're watching now, I'm sure. Hi. Very supportive, actually. They encourage me to go for what I love, and you know, Nigerian parents, once you give them the degree, I've studied the chemical engineering, I carry it. You can do whatever you want.
And you know this thing you said about Nigerian parents, though, it makes me think to the fact that most Nigerian parents will tell you that the importance of getting a degree before pursuing what you like to do is so you can be able to make money from it later. Do you see that possibility? Like maybe someday you dust your certificate and say, okay, I want to practice.
You know, there are times, I think every filmmaker thinks about that. There are times where you feel like, maybe I could have been in an office working now, but I'm here at 12 a.m. shooting some scene in the middle of the road. So you think about it, but I don't see myself doing that. I'm where I need to be, I'm supposed to be, and I'm comfortable here, so I'll never...
Okay, so that brings me, talking about comfortable, that word comfortable just hit me. There's a particular role you acted. I've not said anything yet, sir. There's a particular role you acted in a controversial position. And when we talk about controversial, you know, when in Nigeria right now, homosexuality is a very controversial subject. So what was it like for you taking up that role?
Because acting is playing something that you are not. So it was... I was scared, but it was a production. I was part of the writing and the producing, so I knew what I was getting myself into. So it wasn't such a challenge. I was hesitant at first, but I was like, okay, let's just go for it. Because we were telling a story that needed to be told. So someone has to do it anyway. So
speaking of stories that need to be told, I saw online a project you worked on called Wheels.
Yeah, Wheels.
And this had a lot to do with people living with disabilities.
Yes.
And I find it really sweet that producers are working on very meaningful stories that, as you said, need to be told. Tell us a bit about that one.
Yeah, Wheels is actually loosely based on a true life story about someone we know. My friend Barnabas and Modi and myself decided to tell the story of physically challenged kids from the child's perspective, because we see these kids and we're like, oh, we have compassion for them, but we never really know what's going on in their mind.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to show. Try to express what these children are going through in their mind and the challenges they face. So that's basically what this is.
So, you know, when you touch on topics like that, it doesn't really feel like you have profit in mind.
Yeah.
But projects like that are actually more expensive to produce than projects where maybe they're just slapstick and they make people laugh and then you move on.
Yeah.
So have you ever felt pressured to, you know, go over to that side where the money is definitely raining in these days?
I think the best thing is to find the balance. Do the projects you're passionate about and the stories you really want to tell, and also do stories that the money is good.
Okay.
Considering the fact that you're so interested in quality, which I find very commendable.
Yes.
I really hope you're putting in your projects for international recognitions as well.
Yeah, we'll specifically we submitted for every international festival you can think of. Everyone.
Okay.
So we are hoping to hear back from them very soon. So
I like the fact that you've dabbled into the advertising industry, and I kind of feel like that's what's funding this passion that's going on, because some amazing, commendable brands, international brands, you've worked with them on making their commercials and things like that. So is the money as good as they say, they make it seem? And if not, really, if yes, would you ever consider just staying on that lane and leaving fashion?
The money is good. It's good, I'll say that. But no, I don't see myself just doing ads. I see myself as a storyteller.
Okay.
In as much as ads is story in 30 seconds or more, I would really like to express myself more. So I would not want to be boxed into just doing ads. Okay. Even though the money is really good.
The money is good. The money is good.
Yeah. So looking back at how far you've come, and of course how much further you want to go, what are your plans? Let's say for the next 5 years, what do you hope to have achieved, and what are the plans you have towards achieving that?
Well, I just started my production company. Wheels is actually the first project we're doing under my production company. So I intend to grow that to an international level, and where we can, when Hollywood will come and meet us, instead of us going to meet them.
Yeah.
So I want to get to that level where when you think of a Nigerian filmmaker that you want to reach out to, Abdul will be the person you want to reach out to.
You have the Hollywood beard, and I like that about you. You know, on a more serious note, it seems so much like, well, I was born for this. I know what to do. I know how to handle it. And that is how many of the greats start. So really, I'm wishing you the very best.
Thank you so much.
We are. Now, Ricordi is it's a web series.
Yeah, it's a
so
web
it's not on TV.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. So
it's on YouTube.
Just
okay, are you planning to bring it to TV?
We are looking at collaborations and how we can take it to TV, but for now, you can just watch it.
When it's being produced,
yes.
This is just based on what I've heard. When web series are being produced, they're produced with the internet in mind.
Yes.
Right? Not with TV in mind. So would you have to make a different version? Would you have to have a TV edit? How would that work?
No, like right now with so many online platforms like Netflix, and the standard of films online is equal to the ones on TV. So they're already made to cut across all platforms. So, and we had that in mind while we were making Ricordi. That's why you say the quality is that good. So that when if we need to transition to TV, we won't need to do much. We just take it there.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right, so talking about transitioning,
so
we're about to transition you from this conversation to having a very nicely well-prepared breakfast.
Yes, he's been looking forward to this one.
So
anybody who knows me knows I love food. So.
Thank you so much for joining us. And now join MM and Tokwe in the kitchen.
Yes, we'll wait here for you.
Yes,
right.
we will. Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, welcome to the kitchen, Abdul. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
I know this is your favorite segment of the show.
Yes.
All right, so here with me is Chef Blossom.
Good morning.
And of course, this is Tokwe. She's a colleague in the industry. I know. There are no introductions this time. We're just going to save you for later. Great, fantastic. All right, so Chef Blossom this morning has made egg basmati fried rice. I can see you're salivating already. All right, great. So quickly, Chef Blossom, tell us how you put this together.
Yeah, we had our basmati rice aboard and properly cooked with salt to taste. Then I stir-fried my veggies with, I also stir-fried with sausages. Then everything just went down.
Everything just went
Abdul looks like he just wants to eat.
This
This is why I'm saying it's not following.
Like, no. Can I have this meal already? So please enjoy. Here's your cutlery.
Thank you.
And let us know what you think. Love it? Like it? Enjoying it?
What did you do?
Nice, nice. Give it on a scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate it?
9.5.
9.5.
Nice.
That's keeping that 5 to yourself.
That's for tasting. That's for tasting. Thank you so much, Abdul.
Thank you.
And thank you, Chef Blossom, for honoring us this morning with your sumptuous meal. Of course, let's not forget our special guest, for being that cherry on top on our farm meal this morning. And of course, we've got Titi and Mary.
Me too much.
I know. I can't help it, darling.
Titi and Mary, we don't love you.
Mary.
Yeah. We're hoping to come and have a taste very soon.
All right, guys. Till tomorrow, yes, we'll be in your faces. Same time, please. Keep a date with us. Till tomorrow. Mwah. Mwah.